My name is Luisa, and I grew up in a village in Brazil. Around my village, we have many animals, and many strange people come to look at them. One day, a woman came to me and said she was a scientist. She asked me to guide her and her people through the rainforest. She handed me a book, but I did not understand what it was. I looked through the book, and it had my language and English, which was a language I was beginning to learn from the visitors in my village. In my village, books are treasured. I clung to the book, hugging it to my chest. She told me she wanted to look at different monkey species. I did not understand what the word species meant. I looked at her confused, and she pointed to the book in my arms. She showed me where to find the word in the book and taught me how to use it. Species are a group of animals that are closely related and can mate to produce fertile offspring. Since I was still having trouble understanding, the scientist explained to me that a species has a set of special characteristics. All members of a species resemble one another in both appearance and behavior. She told me she wanted to look at a specific species of monkey. The name of the species was hard for me to understand, so she had to explain to me where they could be found and how they acted. She told me that they were native to Boa Vista, Brazil. She took the book from my arms and flipped through the pages until she found the word native. Once she found it, she pointed to it on the page and read the definition to me. Native means that this animal is indigenous to this region. Another way of defining this is by stating that this species was born in this area of Brazil and is not known to be living anywhere else. The scientist explained to me that the monkey would live in the forest, so I began to lead her into the trees past my village. As we were walking, she told me the monkeys were capuchin monkeys. The scientist said they were territorial animals and that they mark and protect their territory. I searched the book for the word territory. A territory is an area that is occupied by one animal or a group of animals that do not allow other animals to enter. It is also called their home range. The scientist explained that the monkeys mark their territory by scent marking, which is an innate behavior. She said that scent marking is when an animal leaves body fluids in different parts of their territory to tell other animals that they live there. I did not know what an innate behavior was, so I searched my new book for the answer. The book said an innate behavior is a behavior that is inherited and does not depend on the environment or experience. The scientist then told me that since scent marking is instinctive, it is innate. Next, she told me about a behavior that only capuchin monkeys from Boa Vista, Brazil do. She said they crack nuts. Young capuchins must watch their elders crack open nuts to learn the proper technique. The young capuchins first attempt to crack the nut by banging it on tree branches. Eventually, through watching the older monkeys, they learn to use a tool to crack the nut. They will search out the perfect stone to slam into the nut and retrieve their nutty reward. This behavior is a learned behavior. I once again turned to the pages in my book. A learned behavior is a behavior that has been learned from experience or from observing other animals. Once the scientist told me the monkeys cracked nuts, I knew where to take her. I took them deeper into the forest where the trees blocked the sun and vines hung low over our heads. We heard loud noises that sounded like banging. As we got closer, the noise got louder, and it was there that we saw the capuchin monkeys slamming rocks into the nuts. The scientist bent over and watched with a smile on her face. She touched the top of my head and told me I had done a good job. I knew I had led her and her people to the right place. My job was done, and it was time for me to return home.